Hey guys, Mike here, Professional Security Journal, shorter video. So I'm on this Facebook group that a prominent executive protection, he owns his own school. I can't bring it right now, but I guess I can call him a head instructor. Joe LaSorsa, I'm in Joe LaSorsa's Facebook group, and there was just a post that seems to have been deleted. Dirty delete, go fig. But we were talking about this one school who basically, it's like tier 800 or some, it was like tier 800 or some bullshit. Basically, the guy made up his own terms and, it was a 2-day course, this and that. And everybody was basically dogpiling on the flyer going, wow, a 2-day, an intensive 2-day boot camp. So just here's a shorter video about my thoughts in any training in general. Taking the EPA, the executive protection, taking that outside of it. If you as an instructor have to, and I'm going to put emphasis on air quotes and what have you here, if you as an instructor have to jazz up your flyer and come up with these made up bullshit terms, ooh, it's a tier 800 course, ooh. If you have to jazz up your stuff and make up your own terms and make up your own certifications, you're full of shit and you're worthless as an instructor. Possibly hot take. That's my shorter video for you. Now, there was somebody who I made a reply in the thread, again, dirty deleted, go figure. But I made a reply in the thread to this one person. He was saying, he basically painted, everybody in the industry with a brush. Oh, all instructors do this. All instructors, make up their own terms, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't do that. I don't need to bullshit my students. My courses are my courses. What the manufacturers teach me to teach is what I teach. ASP AIC, baton, handcuffing, the use of flashlights in tactical/defensive situations, baton, handcuffing, flashlights, ASP AIC. Sabre International, 2 credentials with Sabre for me. Sabre International AIP, aerosol irritant projectors. Sabre's fancy instructor term for pepper spray. I'm a can instructor. I could teach you OC cans. I could teach you aerosol. But my other credentials as a Sabre less lethal munitions instructor, a 68 cal instructor. I could teach you pepper ball guns. I could teach you less lethal pepper guns. My last credential has expired, but I still put it on my resume. Axon. am a taser law enforcement instructor. Credential inactive, expired. But I'm an Axon Taser LE instructor. The only taser model I can't teach is a newer Taser 10. Because the Taser 10 is going to have its own instructor credential because it's a much more advanced implement. I want one. But those are my instructor credentials. You take a course through me, you get what's called an ASP ABC. Just bit my tongue as I was talking. You get an ASP ABC, which is their basic course. The I in my credential, ASP AIC, is for instructor. If you're taking the user level course, it's ABC for basic, an ASP basic certificate. So I took the AIC, which is basically their train the trainer. I'm credentialed to teach those 3, baton, handcuffing, flashlight. If you take an ABC through me, an ASP basic course, you're going to be credentialed in those implements. I will give you paper, I will give you a certificate stating you went through my course, and I as an instructor, I as an AIC, and putting my name on your certificate stating this person went through and is now competent in the use of baton, cuffs, light. So when you go on the stand, you can say, here's my certificate, here's my piece of paper. I was taught by Instructor Scheidel, and then when I get called to the stand and I get subpoenaed and I have to explain myself as an instructor on the stand, and I sit there with ASP's lawyer, yeah. Same goes for Sabre. Same goes for Taser, Axon. Because again, I make this differentiation with Sean. I make this differentiation on my channel. Taser, civilian division. Taser self-defense. Public safety, law enforcement, security. Axon. So that's why I went through all these manufacturer credentials. And it's important as an instructor to realize it's important to go through a manufacturer. That way the instructor, or excuse me, that way the manufacturer, well, yeah, that way you as the instructor, you got some backing. If I am credentialed through SABRE to teach OC, that means when I get subpoenaed and I have to explain myself as a pepper spray instructor, SABRE's going to come to court with me. I'll have a SABRE lawyer with me to speak on the curriculum. Which is also another thing, instructors. Stick to the manufacturer curriculum. Feel free to throw your own stuff in there, yes, but don't take away from their stuff with an asterisk there. I, as a SABRE pepper spray instructor, I as an OC, I as an AIP, I as an aerosol instructor, I'm not going to sit here and teach the corrections part of pepper spray to private security. Now I went through the train the trainer course. They give me the whole SABRE catalog. I do know about Mark 9s. I do know about SABRE cell busters. I do know how to use the SABRE pepper spray implements in which, the keyhole and you slide the food in or whatever. I know how to use the aerosol stuff through the keyhole, through the tray hole. Every instructor knows how to use that stuff because they give us everything during the train the trainer course. So I feel confident in a correction setting, but I'm private security. I'm a guard. I'm a security guard. I'm a security officer. Am I going to teach that correction stuff to private security who are just guarding HOAs or whatever? Of course not. Now, if I was to ever get myself in a private security corrections environment where I am doing, say, possibly prison transports, or I'm a private security officer working on a contract in a jail, or I'm working one of those private jails, the for-profit jails, yeah, I might throw that curriculum in there. But the point I'm making here is, if you take too much away from your course, your manufacturer is not going to back you. So like for me, I'll teach stream, I'll teach pepper spray, I'll teach regular stream spray, I'll teach gel spray, I'll teach cone. The only reason why I teach cone, I'm looking at my bag 1 second, guys, sorry. The only reason why I teach cone, oh, you know what? I can just use my EDC. Is because the ASP Defender pepper sprays I love so very much. The ASP Defenders, the ASP pepper spray. This is cone. So, as an instructor, tailor your stuff to your students, tailor your stuff to your agency, tailor your stuff to your security company, your employer. Don't take too much. And outside of that, anything else that I can think of off the top of my head? No, that's just my little rant for you. Oh, actually, there was another point I wanted to make, which is what led me to want to make this video. The other thing that person said was, oh, everybody BS, like I said, oh, everybody BS's their students, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. I don't need to do that. Oh, well, people lose the knowledge. Yes, people lose the knowledge. Oh, no, you know what it was the guy said? He said, no, not everybody can teach all the techniques and all their certificates because people don't put in the time. If you're not willing to put in the time, if you're not willing to put in the repetitions to retain your train the trainer knowledge, if you're not going to put in the time and reps to retain your train the trainer, your instructor course, you're going to lose it. and then that's going to make you worthless as an instructor. And that's what leads me to say, if you're worthless as an instructor, this is what leads you to this bullshit about, oh, this Tier 800 course. This is what makes you go into, I'll go so far as to say, that unethical nonsense of BSing your students and making up all these terms and having to jazz up your classes. Because you suck as an instructor, because you don't put in the reps. You don't retain your instructor level knowledge. You don't retain your instructor course. So me, I could teach a baton course. I'm rusty in handcuffs. I'll raise my hand and own that in handcuffing. But I could teach batons. I could teach OC. I could teach 68 cal. I could teach you those pepper guns. I'm rusty in taser too, just because I let the credential lapse because, well, I haven't been able to source myself my own tasers, and at the same time, yeah, I shouldn't say my frustrations on a YouTube video, but those are things I'm rusty in. And that's me as a person. That's me as a professional. I'm humble. I'll raise my hand and own shit. I don't give a damn. Yeah, I'm rusty in certain things. I haven't sourced myself tasers in all these years that I had my taser instructor credential. I never sourced myself the implements. They're $2,000 a fucking gun. Excuse me, they're $2,000 a launcher. The Taser 7 was like $2,500. Ow! Out of the wallet. So I wasn't able to source myself those less lethal implements. I wasn't able to source myself those tasers. So I'm rusty. Now, the only reason why I'm rusty in handcuffing is I haven't had a training buddy, so I haven't been able to practice that stuff. But again, to the point, if you can't put in the reps or you're not willing to put in the reps, you're going to lose your train the trainer course. You're going to lose that instructor level knowledge. That makes you worthless as an instructor, which again circles back to the point. If you are worthless as an instructor, this is what leads you to BSing your students and coming up with having to jazz up your classes with all this made up bullshit. Don't do it. Do it right the first time. Put in the reps. Retain your course. And that's all I got. Take it easy, guys.